r/AskReddit Gamers of Reddit, what is the most time-consuming thing you have done in a game? Grinned 4, insane in the brain, back in wrath. Stayed up for 4 days. Limited food supply, lots of energy drinks, and the only breaks that were taken were bathroom breaks. At the end of the streak, not even the energy drinks were keeping me awake. I stopped playing because I reached for more drink and had involuntarily spazzed out. That's when enough was enough. Collecting all the moons in Mario Odyssey so that my castle had a giant top hat on it. Odyssey is a fantastic game, but my only problem with it is that there are too many power moons. It's not like Mario 64 or Sunshine, where getting a star feels like an accomplishment. In Odyssey, there are moons everywhere. There's one that's literally in a pile of garbage. I play an interactive game. I have to collect diamonds for some exclusive stories, and you get the diamonds by playing other stories on the game. One time, I spent 3 hours collecting diamonds, thinking I was going to get to learn this really cool spell. Nope. Just got to shape clouds with my game boyfriend. I was pissed. Wasted my time and money for that? WTF. Whenever I start Skyrim from the beginning again, once a year or so, I head out into the forest as soon as I can. I then sneak walk to the next town, staying in sneak mode the entire time. It levels up my sneak quickly and also usually lets me see dangers before they see me, so I'm not caught unawares by a bear or bandit. It also takes forever to get to a town. Played Rust in a private server. Spent almost a full month making a base that I had planned out, honestly garbage base, but I had my dreams, damn it. Took forever getting stones, iron, food, etc. And amp, number X200B. Pretty damn mad when one of my best friends, after a minor argument, stormed over to my base and destroyed it all. Left me in a room he built with a pumpkin head. In Roblox Speedrun 4. I speedrun this game one day hoping to get a world record. I found a trick that would get me world record pace, and I spent every single day grinding this trick. I played 12 hours a day wanting world record pace. You know what happened? I hecking died on the last level, on the last trick. I cried that night and never attempted the trick since. In Morrowind, I collected every light source I found, lanterns, candles, etc., and skulls. I decorated the 2-story house I took over in Balmoral with them. They created a nice ambience. In Oblivion, I collected every hourglass I found, and any human bones, prioritizing skulls and rib cages. I made a big pile starting at the bottom of the Dark Brotherhood well entrance. The idea being that tossed over hourglasses would forever remind the souls of those dead that their time had run out. I was playing Prey and being a total idiot, thinking I needed to sneak into this place rather than lure the monster out to where I had enough room to maneuver. So I stacked boxes till I ran out of boxes, crates till I ran out of crates, pallets till I ran out of pallets. Then it all fell down and I restarted and stacked them high enough to get inside. When I could have just hacked the door. Or goo-gunned my way up. Stones of Baronzia. First I found over half. Then I used a FAQ and ended up revisiting a ton of places I already cleared. Then one was missing. Then I used the console command to teleport myself directly to all of their locations. Then one was still missing. Then I used a console command to make a bunch appear in my inventory. I still somehow have 23/24 stones. I quit. Depends. One session or multiple. One session, I did an endurance race in Forza 4 on the Nürburgring full track, 25 laps at around 7 minutes a lap. You don't know strength when you are sitting for nearly 20 laps having to piss and you can't stop. Multiple sessions, I have been building a Minecraft world for a YouTube channel my friend is starting for the better part of 2 months now. This is way different than basically everything else on this. But one summer/fall when I had very little to do because I was finishing up school, I ended up playing a lot of NBA 2K 2017. So much so I got an overall 92 in my career without a single microtransaction. If you've played these games you know that the easiest way to do anything is just buy the coins to juice your guy. I must have played the same PG only offline for something like 200 games. Getting the 3 Mountains achievement in Europa Universalis 4, which involves conquering the entire world starting as a small, isolated island nation located on modern-day Okinawa. Took dozens of retries to even learn how to get a good start, and then came dozens of almosts where I ran out of time due to not being aggressive enough, entering bad wars, or use being plain unlucky. Finally, after hundreds of hours of trying to get it, I finally succeeded. I was playing Geometry Dash. Used to be a fun game but went downhill after they stopped working on it. Anyway, there is a builder mode in the full version and my not so creative mind back then tried making a dragon out of sticks and balks. I had to twist and turn and change size and, oh god, it was awful trying to finish it. Never finished it, took a couple of hours. RIP. In Metroid Prime when I was younger and didn't have access to the internet, I completed the game 100% without a guide. It was really annoying and difficult, but after a few months I found everything. Easily the worst part was finding all of the Kozo artifacts. Finding some of the last energy tanks and middle upgrades near the end was hard because they were well hidden. All I have to say is thank you for the internet now for making such things less tedious to go through. In Dragon Age, there is a woman in the first village that wants 3 snare traps that she'll pay you for. You can replay this mini quest as much as you want until the village is destroyed later so you can make a ton of coin, but it takes time to build the snare traps and go through the conversation with her again and again and again and so on. Spent hours making tons of gold so I could afford all the best gear/items later. Waiting to heal after fighting monsters in the early days of EverQuest. Back then you would fight a monster and then sit around for 5 minutes waiting for your health to recharge so you could fight again. It was terrible. People read entire Robert Jordan novels during their downtime in EverQuest. When World of Warcraft came along with its super fast health recharge, it was like the second coming of Christ. In Rust I built this massive fortress, and I decided I needed some art on the walls. I wasn't sure what to paint on the canvases I placed everywhere until I had this amazing idea. I would remake classic paintings, and all people would be replaced with a penis. It took me a whole day of doing nothing but painting on virtual canvases. I did have some pretty great art for my fortress afterward though. Trying to go pro in CS, Go. I practiced about 7 hours a day, played matches for about 2 more hours, and when I was eating I would watch YouTube videos on it. All in all, I practiced from 1 p.m. to 3 a.m. every day for about 3 weeks. It was during the summer and I reached level 9 on a third-party service called FACEIT. Level 10 is the absolute top where you meet like 2 professionals per game. And holy shit was it fun. The final boss of Mario and Luigi, Superstar Saga. It took me multiple tries and I had barely any items to heal me or give me BP. I ran out of BP a quarter way through the battle. I had just made Kaklata's heart vulnerable. I had to use jump on both turns, which doesn't give the most attack power. It took 5 tries to kill Kakleta and I lost a bro on the second to last time. I barely made it out of the battle. 8 hours in a Nightmare Coast instance, Rift, Nightmare Tide expansion, when it was still pretty new. I had done it just fine about 10 times previously. They'd just released it to entirely free players and the quality just wasn't there. I was the last original player in the party, and we hadn't even killed the second boss before I left because I had to go to work. In every game where you can modify the terrain, I have this weird compulsion to dig the terrain down to a single flat plane. The mobs can wait. The treasures will still be there when I'm done. I want this whole place flat as a parking lot. Minecraft is infinite, so I mostly just flatten 50 or so blocks around the start area. But Craft the World, Stonehearth, Portal Knights, 7 Days to Die, the terrain is my bitch. Back in 2007 I spent 1 month trying to get 2 elite enclaves in WoW BC for my rogue. I kept getting Ninja D every time I tried to roll for the second one. I got sick one day and Ninja D the loot after one particular underwhelming and annoying raid group had me do the dungeon for 4 hours and kicked everyone when we were about to down him. I failed 7 classes that year. I'm glad I don't play WoW anymore. I recently started playing Conan Exiles, having picked it up on Steam sale. I followed the advice of a friend and in the custom difficulty tabs changed resource gathering to 4x and made crafting and experience gain faster. Crafting in the game is a hell of a grind even with the expedients. I can't imagine grinding out these items which require literally hundreds of resources with 1/4 the speed of resource gathering. You know, in GTA SA there was this mission with the lowriders where you had to make your car dance, and it required to press your special direction keys, random binds on keyboard, while showing you arrows. I must VE gave the mission at least 30 tries across 2 months until 10-year-old me figured out that the binds were not the arrow keys on the keyboard and were something entirely different. I did go about helping my friends who were stuck on that mission by editing their keybinds. Ah, good times. I've gotten every single trophy in Dark Souls 1, 2, 3, Bloodborne, and Sekiro, and the most time-consuming one was the Acquire All Rings trophy in DS3. I spent 45+ hours on the steps of Anorlando farming Silver Knights for proof of Concord kept. And that was for one fricking ring. Getting all of them together probably took 200+ hours across multiple playthroughs. Thanks for watching this auto-generated video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I upload videos like this one daily. I put a lot of time into developing this video generator, but if there have been errors, please tell me in the comments below. Also leave me a link to another thread you would like to see a video about. Have a great day, Alex.